Hello Linksters, it's Dark Links108. Welcome back to the Golf Club 2019 Summer Swansong. Today we're doing TPC Scottsdale. There's nearly 2 million plays on this. And yeah. Wind speeds are going to be medium, wind directions are going to be southwest for once. Time of day is going to be afternoon. And let's make it rain. Actually, let's make it cloudy, which you don't normally see. And then the rules will handicap as well. Now, like with usual, I'm going to be playing with the black tees, but there's a lot, and I mean a lot of plays that I've done on this particular instance. There's 4 of them already. Now, I'm going to be doing the second pins. So, this is my first playthrough on there. Then I'll do the most recent playthrough, and then I guess that will work in this case. So tees 2. Yeah, I'm only doing the second pins simply because that's the longest I haven't done them that for a long time. That's the only reason why. Was that all my previous ghosts that I want? Yeah, that one because of the low score. So yeah. Alright, let's see how this is gonna work out.
Hello and welcome to the Golf Club 2019 featuring PGA Tour. My name's John. We find ourselves at TPC Scottsdale today.
Indeed.
Let's have a nice drive off this first hole par 4 and take it from there. Oh yeah, careful of the fairway bunker on the left. Let's go.
I can see that. Okay, yeah. So it's been a while since I played. So let's see how rusty I'll be. Probably
so
not
far,
too
so
rusty.
good for this one.
Probably not too rusty in particular, but yeah. Yeah, there we go.
He's looking ready to roll. Let's see how he does on this hole.
Yeah. None of these, except for the one I got plus 15, I actually had. Yeah, I actually played from the proper black tournament tees. So, yeah, not ideal.
And he's ready to tee off. Let's see what he has.
Yeah, look at this. Yeah, there he goes. Okay.
All right, let's see how he does here on this hole.
Yeah, I can tell this is my first time playing. Actually, I don't think so. No. I had 2 hybrid for some reason. But yeah. 301 again on that ghost. But yeah.
And he's about 125 out. Let's see what he does.
I legitimately don't remember. Oh, what was that? I think it just stops on there. That's not quite helpful. I'm definitely not doing that this time. So gap wedge, probably going to be enough if we do that. Here we go. Hit it a bit too off from the left, but that should be fine. Yeah, that's okay.
And he's setting up from 120 yards out. Yeah, I think the second pins are not the tournament pins. I think that's the first pins. But yeah. And look at that, on the cart path.
That sounds completely normal and not ear grating. Hit you're doing a proper whack of your golf club onto the pavement. Great
He's a
idea.
long way out here. He's got a long putt to deal with. I don't know. What do you think?
Look at that. I did not hit it for some reason. I don't know what I was doing here.
Here is his attempt at this 18-foot putt.
And then that goes completely missed all the way over there. Goodbye. Yeah. Yeah, there he goes.
Okay, here's your putt for birdie.
Ah, okay. I'm gonna aim this way. Ooh, but
Unlucky.
just a bit too much, but not. Yeah, pretty
Okay,
much.
this next putt is for his bogey.
Pretty much a decent greed there, to be honest. But yeah.
11 feet to the cup for him.
So yeah. Nice.
And this next putt's for his par.
Now, considering how long these ghosts take in putting, this might be a while because none of them are hitting their ball well.
He's got about a 3-footer here. All right, this putt is for the double bogey. And let's see, he's setting up now, 2-footer.
Yeah, there we go. And aim there.
Decent little putt there. Starting off at 1 over par.
Now this is the first time I've seen this. I'm going to get gained 2 strokes on the 3rd and the 13th. But every hole I gain a stroke here.
Okay, hole number 2. Let's see what you can do here.
All right, let's see how this is going to work out. This is okay. So aim that way and just go.
This tee shot's looking decent.
The clouds in the desert is a little bit weird, but there we go. Maybe it's the monsoon season.
And let's see how this tee shot fares for him.
Yeah. I'm still not sure why TPC Scottsdale in particular has more plays than Sawgrass on the Golf Club 2019, because Sawgrass is more popular, more famous. More famous than Scottsdale. So I mean, Scottsdale is also pretty famous, but like, it doesn't really make sense.
Alrighty, he's good to go on this one. Let's see how he does.
Because you think Sawgrass would have like 3 or 4 million plays at this point, but it doesn't. It has like half of what Scottsdale has for some reason. Not the best shot I did there. Look at that.
And he's just about ready to tee off. Let's see how he does.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, looks like we have around 155 yards to go.
And that, yeah, 9 yards not gonna be enough. I'm gonna aim this way. This should be enough if I do that. Okay,
Hope this one has some teeth.
I really should have aimed more to the left. That's just barely on the green.
Nice. Looks like he's in the bunker here. Let's see how this goes down.
Just barely in the green. On the green. Yeah, look, from bunker to bunker. Look at that. Actually, no, not bunker. To the rough.
And he's got 125 yards to go, somewhere thereabouts.
Yeah. I'm not expecting any of my ghosts to be at even par here. So. Or under par even. Yeah. I remember back when I was just starting off, on this game, and maybe even on the original golf club. I had like an instance where my handicap was so bad, I was allowed 2 extra strokes on a couple holes. But that's not really happened here. I also haven't seen on 2K25 the ability to even add the handicap thing back
And
on.
here we go for the birdie.
Well, looks like it goes mostly left to right. So I'm gonna aim like over here.
Ooh,
Oh, that would have been nice if it went in. Just a bit too much
from
power.
here, he's got quite a little bit of real estate to cover to make this putt. I don't know about it.
Looks like it's basically the same thing there. Yeah, basically the same thing.
He's got a long putt here. I don't know what's going to happen.
This one I did hit it enough. It just also too far actually.
Okay, he's got 9 feet to go. Here we go, for par.
For par, but it's also going heavily left to right now. No, not left to right, to left. There we go.
And you're in the hole with a nice putt.
That's pretty decent.
Here's his 6-foot putt.
Somehow I missed that. I don't know how that happened.
And as he lines this up, this will be for bogey.
Okay, wow.
He's got a 3-footer here. And he's just, yeah, this one's for double bogey.
All right, your adjusted score is 2 over par after that.
2 over par, yeah. But I'm not starting this one now. Yeah. You can see where the ghost is starting this time. This is where I gain. Yeah, I'm penalized 2 strokes. So I'm supposed to get this. I'm supposed to get an eagle here.
Okay, let's give her.
Which I'm not sure is going to be possible, but the wind will be helping.
This one's looking pretty good.
Yeah, there you go. That goes above 310. 312 yards. That's pretty decent.
And let's see how this hole goes down for him. And let's see how he does on this hole.
Okay. Yeah, that went well. This ghost is a 2. Look at it. Look at that overview of the Sawgrass. That's probably 250 yards. Wow.
Okay, let's line this shot up. We have about 250 yards to the pin.
Okay, to be fair, I can make that. So here we go. Oh, that does not help. That definitely doesn't help. I would have been able to get there, but then I did this stupid thing. And it went as far as
the beach.
driver.
Let's see how he gets out of this one.
Yeah, that's about right.
And around 195 yards to the pin for him. Let's see what happens.
Okay. A lot of these ghosts are not doing well here, are they? I mean, I would have been doing well on this hole, but I shanked it, essentially. Yeah. Okay. Well, I might as well just hit it. I hit it fast again, but that actually would help. Wow, that really did help. Okay.
And from this incredible distance,
Wow.
it's going to be interesting to see what he pulls out here.
Oh, that would definitely not be enough here, especially because of that slope. So there goes the ball. Dubba 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 da. There goes goodbye. Yeah, well, yeah.
And to him, I say good luck, because this is an insanely long putt for a fella to make.
That had even less strength than the previous ghost. What is going on here?
This putt is incredibly long. I personally don't have faith that he's going to do it. But let's tune in. Let's see what's going to happen.
Yeah, there we go.
This next putt is for his eagle.
Yeah, there's an eagle here. If I get it, which I actually got on that attempt.
And for him, this will be for the birdie.
Nice.
And a 7-foot putt for him. Let's see what he does here. He's putting for par.
All right, nice little 2-foot putt.
2-foot putt. And we can just go this way. There we go.
And a decent little putt to end this one. Sitting at 3 over for the round here.
Now look at that. 10 over for my second. Yeah. Second ghost. Hole 4. Here we go. So somehow, this is only the second time I've actually played on tournament tees. At this course, which is insane.
Okay, here we go.
Well, we have a 6 iron, and we don't have a 5 iron, which is why I'm doing this. So 6 iron probably would be enough. I hope. Let's see what happens. It looks like it is. Yeah, it definitely is. Went a bit too far, actually. Okay.
All right, interested to see what he has in store for us here. He's ready to let her rip here. Let's see what he does. This putt is insanely long. It's stressful just watching him set this up, really.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that one, yeah. Way.
And this is his attempt at birdie.
Indeed.
All right, 14 feet to the hole.
No, that's surprisingly straight. So there we go.
Nicely done.
There we
Dropping
go.
it for your birdie. That's awesome.
There we go.
He's got about 7 feet to the cup from here.
Okay.
Okay, he's setting up for birdie here. Let's see what happens.
Three over for the round.
Yeah, there we go. So I might be able to start those, but I'm not. Is this ghost again? Okay. Is that ghost starting again?
Let's have a nice drive out on this one.
Okay. So we're gonna go over here and then aim that way, and here we go. There we go.
It's a nice looking tee shot. All right, let's see how he does on this hole.
That was a really bad driver is what happened. There, look at that.
And he's ready to tee off here. Let's see how this goes.
Okay, yeah. That should be good. There we go. So now I can focus a little bit more on this game, yeah.
Okay, about 185 yards to the pin now for him.
Alright. So again we have 7 iron, and that should be enough actually. I'll do this I'll do that a little bit as well. Yeah, well, I had just a bit too much to the left, evidently. There we go.
Nice.
Looks like he's around 130 yards out from here.
Yeah, I really shanked that for some reason. It was really short.
And this is a long distance putt. Let's see what he does.
I don't know how that didn't go in, to be honest, but yeah.
This putt is insanely
That
long.
goes.
I kind of feel bad for the guy, really.
And it will curl a bit to the right, definitely.
Okay, we're putting from around 15 feet out.
Okay, so aim here, I think. That was a bit too much.
Oh boy.
A little bit too much. Not too bad, though.
And this next putt for him is for birdie.
Wow,
He's got
okay.
3 feet to go. And this next putt for the par.
Oh, yeah. Got distracted a little bit. Sorry. There we go.
Nice putt. Okay, he's got 2 feet to go here.
And that'll keep you at 4 over for this round.
Yeah, once again, not starting. Alright, here we go. Okay. Alright, here we go.
Okay,
see
let's
what
give
we
her
got
a
here.
smash here.
Well, the wind is not particularly helping, so I could probably aim a bit more this way. Here we go.
Nice drive.
Yeah, that's pretty safe actually. There we go.
And he's ready to let her rip. Let's see how this hole goes.
Okay. Ah, straight into sand. Look at that. Straight into sand. Pretty decent, actually.
All right, looking at 150 yards-ish.
Now, a 9-iron is definitely not enough. So 7-iron is a bit too much, but I'm going to do a whole bunch of that, and hopefully that'll be good enough. So here we go. Ugh.
I don't think you're going to like this.
I don't know, it's going straight to the sand. Ugh. Okay.
And hopefully he can deal with a little sand shot here.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Long trip. Which actually was pretty decent. This is going to be interesting.
All right, you're on the green. That is awesome stuff.
All right, he's putting this one for birdie.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, 11-footer here. This is definitely makeable.
So go a bit around here, I think, and do that. Ooh,
Solid putt. We're in the hole.
that almost didn't go in. There we go.
Seven-foot putt for him.
Alright, that's who sent it, yeah.
And he's setting up for the bogey putt.
The bogey putt. And there we go.
And let's see, he's setting up now, 2-footer.
Okay.
And after that hole, 5 over is your adjusted score.
That's interesting. So it's the first time that ghost is starting. And he's 12 over. And going with the hybrid that didn't get hit well, evidently. Oh boy. It's rolling down the slope. Da ba da ba da ba da ba da.
And he's ready to go. Let's see how this hole goes for him.
Hmm. Okay. That ghost did the same freaking thing. I don't know how that happened.
Okay, it's time to send this ball on its way.
They got a 4 wood, but that's going to be too much. The hybrids are going to be fine, I think, because of the wind carrying and, yeah. Just don't hit it bad. And I should be able to make it. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Really good shot there.
All right, solid approach shot. We can two-putt from here.
Okay, he appears to be ready to roll on this one. Let's see how this tee shot goes.
Here he is a 5 wood, and it's going well away from what I needed. Actually, I think it was a 3 wood I used on accident for some reason. I don't know what I was doing there. What was that? Oof. And one of those long chips that are just very bad. Yeah. They didn't fix the chipping mechanism for a long time. It was like this in the original golf club, and it was also apparently like this in the earlier versions of 2K25. But they apparently fixed it, and I have done a few chips in that game, and it does feel better, like a lot better than this. So, yeah. Indeed.
Well, he's got an insanely long putt to contend with here. I don't even know what to say about it other than
Didn't hit it.
let's just watch and
I
see
know
what
that.
he does. He's got a 16-footer on his hands here.
I have no idea what I was doing here, unless I was intentionally trying to throw my game off.
He's got a 16-footer.
There we go.
Here we go. This putt for the bird.
Aim that way. There we go.
Yes.
Nice.
And a 5-foot putt for him. And his bogey putt commences here.
Okay. So now on the 8th. Yeah, definitely on the 8th now.
Sitting at 5 over for the round.
Yeah, look at the distances, but we know what that looks like, so yeah.
Par 4 here. Let's have a nice clean
Hey, I'm
drive.
starting. Because I was the only one who got a birdie in that one. Now I'm going to aim a bit to the sand trap area and hopefully not shank it. That kind of shanked it to the right. Hopefully that's going to stay on the fairway. Ew. Yeah, it's going to stay on. Okay. Not really where I want that, but there we go. It's good enough.
Here we go. Let's see what this guy does. All right, let's see how he does.
And there we go. That was a punch. It looks like a driver punch. Which then went to the fairway. The rough.
Okay,
actually.
we're about 200 yards out here.
Well, the wind is not helping. But I know 2 iron's gonna be too much, so I'm gonna keep the hybrid. That's a pretty good approach, actually.
Nice.
He's sitting right in the beach. Let's see how he can make his escape.
Looks like an iron. Iron that just barely makes it onto the green. Yeah. Okay.
And we join him now from the rough.
Okay, that's better than the previous ghost. But yeah.
And he's setting up now about 130 yards out. This is sheer insanity. How is he going to do this? Let's just wait and find out. Oh, he's got a long putt to deal with here. Let's see what happens.
Okay. Boop, 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 boop. And look at me not hitting it again.
Well, this is a long putt. What are the odds? What do you think? This next putt will be for his birdie.
That's not a good slope for that one. Pin, but there we go. Oh yeah, I didn't really read it.
10-footer here. This is makeable.
Yeah, just barely that way, and then you hit a bit more. That's a bit too much, Justin.
Right by.
I saw that happen as soon as I hit it.
And here he goes. Putting for par here.
Oh my goodness.
He's got about a 3-footer here. And for the par.
Yeah, there we go.
Well done.
And his bogey putt.
And now 6 over. That's not really what I wanted, but there we go.
All right, and after that hole, 6 over par.
All right.
Coming off a par on the last one. Let's see what happens here.
Well, the wind's against me, so hopefully I can even stay on the fairway. That seems pretty decent. Not the best bounce, but there we go, we made it. Okay.
Sweet.
He's ready to tee off. Let's see what happens here with him. All right, let's see what he does on this one.
Yeah, there we go.
And he's just about ready to tee off. Let's see how he does.
That was a really good 3-2-5. Wow. Okay.
Okay, about 185 yards left to go here.
6 iron is definitely not going to be enough. 5 iron would probably also be not enough either. So 4 iron would actually probably be good here. So here we go. Let's see what happens.
Looks like you'll be putting.
Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be. I don't know if I'm gonna make it in the next shot, but there we go. But yeah. This is probably gonna be the longest episode by far. Yeah, definitely by far.
And he sets up around 140 yards out.
Because it was only taking. It was taking almost 45 minutes to go through the front nine. It's gonna be just as long for the back nine, so it's gonna be nearly 2 hours at this rate. Well, maybe not 2 hours, but yeah. That was a really good approach shot that ghost did. Wow. And there we go.
Okay, a 23-footer from here.
I don't like that. But I kind of, yeah, I have to aim like this. Oh, of course.
Ouch. Ouch.
Yeah, of course you're here.
This next putt is for the bird. Let's see how he does.
Okay. That just barely made it.
4 feet to the hole. You can do this.
There we go.
There's a nice putt for you.
He's got a 3-footer here.
And there we go. Okay.
Good thing there are 9 more holes to make up for that dismal first 9.
Yeah, that was just because of this. Come on now. And the 10th hole starting too. So yeah. And that went straight to a sand trap. Look at that. Okay.
All right, let's see how he does here on this hole.
And there we go again. 290.
Coming off a par on the last one. Let's see what happens here.
Alright. Oh, yeah. I need to aim like there, I think. But I'm going to be right back. I have to check, do something for a bit. So I'll be back. Okay, I am back. So now it's time to actually do the back nine. Hopefully not take too long with this. Here we go. Finally, it's doing something. This is going.
It's looking like it might be trouble.
This is going a bit too much to the right. Yeah.
And he's ready to tee off. Let's see what he has.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, there we go.
He's got around 155 yards to go here.
Alright, yeah, here we go. So. Da, 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 da. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, yeah, that's why. Yeah, I'm in the sand. Yeah, yeah. 1 second. So, if I do this, that, yeah, I suppose, yeah. Suppose that, no. Now, I wanted to change the clubs. A gap wedge is probably what I'll use here. So here we go. Wait. I'm gonna aim that way. And a gap wedge is not quite enough. But there we go.
Very nice.
And let's see how he gets out of this one.
Not the first time I went to the sand. But yeah. Let's see what will happen. What's up with half these shots? They're going all over the place. Well, might as well do that then. That is definitely not what I wanted to do. There we
This
go.
is an insanely long putt for this guy. I don't know what's going to go down. Long putt for this guy. Let's see what happens.
Damn. Okay.
And this one he's going to take a stab at for birdie.
This one for the save.
Well, at least it's pretty much straight. So.
Nice putt. You're in the hole.
Okay, he's got 2 feet to go here.
Okay. Let's continue again. Wow. Alright, we're now on the 11th.
Okay, so that's going to keep you at 8 over for the round.
The 11th, here we go. Okay. Okay. There we go.
All right, interested to see what he has in store for us here.
And I think I hopefully will be starting soon. There we go.
Coming off a par on the last one. Let's see what happens here.
Yeah, that's about right.
It's a nice looking shot.
There we go. Pretty decent shot, I think. There we go.
Alrighty, he's good to go on this one. Let's see how he does.
And there we go. Game's kind of lagging a little bit, which makes no sense because I'm on a really good computer, but yeah.
Okay, let's see what he does here. He's around 205 yards out.
Once again, using a wood. I think I might have had a 6 or 7 wood at the time, so yeah. I don't know what this was about, but this is way too much. And it's gonna go off the green. Yep, there we go.
All right. We're right around 165 yards out.
7 irons is too much. 9 irons not enough, but I'm gonna go with it. Actually, no, I have to use no. What I'll do is a 7 iron, but I need to do a lot of this. So here we go. Not the best shot, but there we go.
I hope this bites.
Wow, that really went far. That's okay. So I should have just used a 9 iron then. Oh boy. Okay. Okay then. Eh. That's pretty decent, I think. Yeah, there we go. Here I am putting actually for once. Ow.
And a 15-footer for him.
Yeah. That was nice.
And he's on the birdie hunt here. Let's see what happens.
Oof.
Okay, let's see if you can save par here.
Yeah, I think I can.
Nice putt. You're in there.
There we go.
And here we go. He's putting for the par.
Da-da-da.
He's got 3 feet to go.
And there we go.
Sitting at 9 over for this round now.
12th hole. Alright, well. It's definitely not a 157 par 3. I don't know what the heck I was doing here. Going straight into sand.
He's ready to let her rip here. Let's see what he does.
This is better. But yeah. This is going to be a long video. I can tell you that much.
All right, let's let her rip.
Well, 2 irons way too much. Honestly, 200 might be too much too, so I'm going to go back to a 4 iron and aim that way. Don't know about that one. Let's go into the fringe. And then to the rough. Okay.
And let's see how this hole goes down for him.
There we go. Sand shot. Okay. You know what, I'm just gonna put that. Well.
And he's setting up with a long putt here.
Actually, I thought, for some reason I was thinking I was on the green still. No. Oh, the fringe. No, I was in the rough. I don't know why I thought that would be a good idea. But there we go.
Okay, he's got 17 feet to the cup from here.
I got it. Wow.
Let's see if we can save par on this putt here.
Ooh.
Nice stroke on that one.
Just barely
He's
went
got
in.
about a 3-footer here.
Now I'm in double digit above par now. 10 over now. Not ideal. But there we go.
Okay, so that'll keep you at 10 over for the round.
So 13th with that one starting. I'm gonna gain 2 strokes here. Which is not ideal.
He's looking ready to roll. Let's see how he does on this hole.
Alright, here we go. Okay.
And let's see how this tee shot fares for him.
And I am once again starting last. Okay. So let's see what we got here.
Okay, let's give it a nice big smash.
Aim that way and then hopefully do this correctly.
Definitely wasn't solid contact.
Oh, that is not ideal at all. Oh, yeah. Bounce!
All right, time to reload.
Into the water. Yeah, that's not helpful. To do the same thing I try to do. I'm gonna get like a quad bogey at this rate. Yeah, due to that. Like, what was that?
Good stuff.
I would have probably been able to make it there, but now that I did a stupid mistake. Like, what was that? Okay.
And he'll set up from 240 yards out.
And the annoying thing is, I'm pretty sure this is the only other par 5 in the whole course. So. Two wood's too much. 4 wood is, I think, fine.
This could be dirty.
Hey, boy. Yeah, that's about how this hole's going for me.
And he's looking at around 190 yards to the pin.
Which means I'm going to be starting last for the next hole, too. I just already know that. Flop shot. Here we go. Sand shot again. Yep, there it is. Well, at least I have a decent putt.
Well, at least you are on the green.
Tell you the truth, I don't think he's going to make this. It's a bit long.
Yeah, he didn't make it.
He's setting up here with a pretty long putt to deal with. What are you thinking? And if he sinks this, that's an eagle on his scorecard.
Okay, let's see what you can do with this 7-footer.
Wow, that's pretty easy.
And there's your bogey.
And he's putting this one for birdie.
Yeah, I went at third and got a triple from that. So I'm up to 13.
And here he goes, 5 feet to the cup.
13 over, which is definitely not what I wanted. But that whole hole was messed up. Yeah, I did not do well there.
Sitting at 13 over for the round.
Yeah. I know at some point, the narrating guy, the caddy, virtual caddy guy, John, he stops narrating how many strokes are above par because, yeah, like if I think it's above 15 or like above 15, he stops saying stuff. So, yeah, that might be what will happen this time.
Okay, he appears to be ready to roll on this one. Let's see how this tee shot goes. Here we go. Let's see what this guy does.
Okay. This. 302.
Coming off a bit of a bogey on that last hole. Let's see if we can do better here.
Still not the best strike, but should be a bit better, I think. Yeah. I'm also the furthest away of all of them, so that means I don't even know if I'm going to make it in two.
Sweet. Okay, looks like we are about 225 yards to the pin.
Okay, the long runoff means I could probably keep with the 4-wood. Yeah, this should be fine. Whoa, 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 that is really good. Okay, complete opposite of the last hole. Okay.
Nice.
Complete opposite. Alright. That works. It's gonna take a while to get to me again, so time to look at other things.
And as he sets up, he's got about 180 yards to go here.
Okay. And it's rolling slowly down. There we go. I remember the original golf club had a really notorious issue with the golf balls just not wanting to stop moving on the green like that. It was kind of fixed in this version by the time this version came out, but it still did occasionally. So yeah. Wow, I chipped it in. That's pretty decent.
And to him, I say good luck, because this is an insanely long putt for a fella to make.
And that's how I missed it, of course. Yeah.
And he's setting up for a birdie here.
That actually worked.
He's got a 4-footer to deal with here. Here we go. This one for birdie.
Yeah, that's pretty decent. Yeah.
Well done.
Yay.
13 over for this round.
Still not starting first. Because there was 2 others ahead of me that got a birdie as well. Now this is also a short par 5-ish. But I'm not getting penalized twice. So I might actually be able to eagle this one if I'm lucky. The 16th.
And he's ready to let her rip. Let's see how this hole goes.
That's not ideal.
Okay, let's put this in the fairway.
Well, that's barely gonna make it on the fairway due to the wind. That doesn't help. Where is it go? Okay, it's going to the single tree. Oh my goodness.
Everyone ends up here, you know, now and then, but, you know, let's not make that a habit.
That's the second consecutive time. I didn't even go that fast. The second consecutive time I messed up on a par 5. Ugh. Like, how am I messing up so badly on these all of a sudden? Here we go again. I gotta do this a second time.
And the tee shot's looking decent.
That's not even gonna make it. Like, if I do this. Straight into the drink. So I can't even make it. So I have to lay up.
Now that was a swing.
I'm just gonna speed this hole up a bit because this is getting ridiculous.
Let's see what he'll do here. He's got about 225 to go.
And yeah, there we go. Okay. I mean, I think that one with me had to do the same thing. Having a layup. Actually, no, I think I did like a punch. And somehow made it over there. A 9-iron pitch is too much. It's not enough. 7-iron pitch, ew.
That's going to have to hit something. Nice. Ended up just fine after that shot.
This putt is incredibly long. I personally don't have
That was
faith that
definitely
he's going to
not
do it. But let's tune in. Let's see what's going to happen.
Look at that.
I guess he could make this one. It's quite a long one, but I guess we'll see.
And I think I overcompensated and went way too far the other direction, yeah. Oh boy, I'm gonna be here for a while.
Okay, a 23-footer from here.
Actually, I think this might work. Damn it.
Ugh, just going right by the hole.
There we go.
And this will be a par for him if he sinks it. Will he make it? He's got a long putt, so could go either way.
And I missed it. Yeah, I missed the eagle too. Hmm.
And pay attention, this next putt's for his eagle. He could learn a thing or two.
Wow.
Okay, let's see what you can do with his 8-footer. Good putt. Well done.
And
Yeah, there we
he's
go.
setting up for the birdie
16 over.
putt here.
Oh boy. I'm not even at the final 3 yet.
And let's see, he's setting up now, 2-footer.
Okay.
And he's setting up for a bogey putt here.
Sitting at 16 over for the round.
And I'm once again starting last. Here's the 16th, which normally has a whole bunch of grandstands around the place, but not in this case.
And let's see how he does on this hole.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, let's see how he does.
He wasn't doing a punch for some reason. What was this? Why was I doing a punch? Probably because I didn't have any good clubs, so I just did a punch. I can tell you, a 9-9 is not going to be enough here. A 7-9 probably would be, actually, if I do this. Now it's slow! Okay. You know, this is still going to be safe, actually. It's going to be a bit shorter than I expected, but this is actually fine. It's going towards the hole.
Nice.
Now we did the exact opposite. Wow.
Long putt for him. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, 14 feet to the hole.
14 feet. Well, I don't know. I'm just going to keep it like this and see what happens. There we go.
Way to slide that putt in there for the bird.
If he sinks this, he's got par.
Very nice. Finally got a birdie. Which is the first birdie thing on this whole hole.
And he's got around 4 feet to go here.
And there we go.
And that'll keep you at 16 over for the round.
Yeah, there we go. 17th.
Nice bird on that last hole. Let's see another one.
Well, it says I can do that, but I'm actually going to do a driver and aim that. Actually aim this way and hopefully not shank it again.
Nice looking shot.
Yeah, just past it. That's just what I wanted. There we go. Nice.
And he's just about ready to tee off. Let's see how he does.
Hey, look, that's straight into sand. Bonk. That's basically what I didn't want to do. Happening there. I actually drove the hole in that one. Look at that.
He's ready to tee off. Let's see what happens here with him.
And then I drove the green again. Okay.
Well, this is definitely in the sand. Let's see what goes down for him.
There we go. And that seems to be what I, yeah, that's basically what I want, yeah. That is nowhere, what are those, okay. That's kind of actually worked in my favor. Okay.
This putt is insanely long. It's stressful just watching him set this up, really.
Hey, boy.
He's a long ways out here with this next putt. Hopefully, maybe he misses.
And that did miss. That ghost did miss, and it's probably gonna get off the green, to be honest. Oh, he didn't. Okay.
And he's got a 12-foot putt in front of him here. He's putting this next one for birdie.
Okay, I should be able to make this.
4 feet. Let's do this.
Ugh. There we go.
Yes.
Finally.
Okay, he's setting up for birdie here. Let's see what happens.
All right, finally the last hole.
16 over for the round. 18th hole coming up, and then you can hang in the clubhouse. Let's see what you can do here.
I like how the official course, this is an official course, and it's giving me a lob wedge flop shot here, but I need to aim that way. Basically, don't screw that up. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. Like, for both of the last two par fives.
Nice.
Actually. But yeah.
And he's ready to tee off here. Let's see how this goes.
But yeah.
And he's ready to go. Let's see how this hole goes for him.
Lob wedge flop, yeah. Basically the same thing I just did. Yeah, that's about right.
All right, interested to see what he has in store for us here.
There we go.
And he's got about, I'd say 145 to the pin.
145. And yeah. Yeah, there we go. Now, gap wedge is probably going to be enough here, actually. Might do a little bit of that, actually. And went very left. There we go.
And what will he do from here? 115 to the pin.
That was short on that one. Okay.
Putting from around 16 feet out.
And okay, so it's bad and then becomes less bad. Okay. Nice.
And there's your birdie.
He's got 12 feet to go here.
Well, this is not as bad as this. So, there we go. Hour and 20 minutes. So 2 hours. Not 2 hours. One. Oh god, this is not 2 hours. Hour and 20 minutes. I just said it was not 2 hours, and then this proceeded to say 2 hours.
6-foot putt for him.
There we go.
And if he sinks this, that's going to be bogey.
Bogey. And that should be it.
16 over par for you at the end of the day. Well, it's off to the clubhouse for me.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for the round, and we'll see you next time.
That was not ideal, but at least it's not, not the best, but there we go. Finally got to rank 25 after all this time. There we go. So yeah, that was a thing. Handicap was not counted for some reason. But yeah. So that was, like I said, a thing. So next time, I'm not sure what courses will be, but we'll find out next time. We'll find out in the next episode. So thank you, Linksters, watching me play some of the Golf Club 2019. I will see you Linksters later.